We are now less than a week away from the 2024 presidential election, and this last week of the campaign might be Donald Trump's worst week ever. And to be honest, that's saying a lot because let's not forget that back in May, right, just a few short months ago, Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felonies. 34 felonies, and yet this week is somehow doing the most damage to his campaign. And to be honest, I think it actually goes further than just this week. I think we have to include last week as well. Because last week we got the reports from his former generals, Mark Milley and John Kelly. He's an authoritarian, he's a fascist, he praised Hitler. That captivated the headlines all last week. And then Trump ended last week with a rally in Arizona where he said that America has become a garbage can. This whole country's a garbage can. Because you have people coming into this country from other countries. Basically other countries are throwing their refuse here, referring to human beings. And so we're just a country that's a garbage can. And on Monday evening, he did a rally in Atlanta where he fantasized about Marjorie Taylor Greene dying in a car accident with the car exploding. That was his attack on hydrogen-powered vehicles, which are not common or popular here in the United States. But for some reason, he decided to plant the imagery in the crowd's head that Marjorie Taylor Greene may die in a car accident. And of course, that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what happened on Sunday. Sunday, of course, was Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden, where to this very moment, the cable news outlet and even local news are covering it nonstop because of how horrible it was for the Trump campaign. The blatant racism coming from Tony Hinchcliffe, the so-called comedian that they hired and vetted and read through his script and actually approved it. And then, of course, the racism from Stephen Miller, the racism from Tucker Carlson, and the complete incoherent stream of consciousness coming out of Donald Trump's mouth during the rally. None of it went the way that Donald Trump needed it to do. This last week is essentially closing arguments for the campaign. This is your last chance to make an impression on the voters. And what has Trump done? He has shown people that he's fucking insane. He has shown people that the Republican Party is filled with nothing but racists. I mean, sure, there's non-racists in the Republican Party, but unfortunately the racist voices are louder, so the non-racist people get drowned out by the hugely racist people, and that becomes the face of the party, whether they want it to or not, it is. And this is his final message to voters. And because the media, I will give them full credit after attacking them for literally decades at this point, they are covering this in the way that it needs to be covered. They are talking about the racism. They are talking about the impact on the campaign. They are talking about the fact that Puerto Ricans are Americans. And even if they weren't Americans, you still can't make racist comments like that. Puerto Rican communities across the country are speaking out against the Republicans. Hell, the GOP chair in Puerto Rico says that they may kind of revolt against Donald Trump. This is bad. And it's happening with just days before the end of this election. I don't know that Trump recovers from this. I genuinely don't. This may be the final nail in the coffin. It was 4th and goal. Okay? And he's got the ball. And instead of running it into the end zone, he fumbles it. Not saying he would have won, but he gave up his chance to win with what he has done in just the last week. And sure, there's still a few days to go, but given what we have seen from Trump in these last couple weeks, I don't see how he fixes any of this. If anything, I think he's going to make it worse, and that will be the last thing on voters' minds before they cast those ballots on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.